Hi Roy. Sean Dyche not happy with the Calvert-Lewin red card. Do you understand from his point of view?
Yeah, I mean, Sean comes from a type of football, brought up in a type of football where those sort of challenges were pretty commonplace, and they weren't punished if people got the ball. We now live in a slightly different world, I think, and that is if you go into challenges with a straight leg and you have a bit of intent behind it, there is a risk, unfortunately, that the referee will give a red card. But yeah, I have every sympathy with him. There was definitely no malicious intent from Calvert-Lewin, there's no question of that, not from seeing it back. It's just a situation of an interpretation these days of a challenge, and the interpretation unfortunately can be that if you're straight leg and your foot's off the ground as you go into the challenge, it can be deemed a red card. So yeah, have I got sympathy with him? Yes, I have.
Is there a danger with VAR? It was brought in to sort of clear up those obvious mistakes, but is there danger now that we're over-analysing everything, slowing things down? You can change it.
There's no point to it. Been talking about that for 2 or 3 years now, and even more since the start of the season. I don't really fancy getting involved in yet another debate about whether VAR is improving or not improving the game or is solving these situations. Obviously the referees, I think, sometimes benefit from it because there's a situation on the field of play where perhaps they're not quite so sure, so maybe it's quite good for them to have a backup, whispers in their ear. But I think that in every game that's played, where there is a situation like that one, there's going to be debate. There's going to be one team very unhappy about the situation, and all I can say is, in answer to your question, do I understand Sean Dyche's frustration and disappointment with the decision? Yes, I do, but I'm not prepared to criticise the referees either because of the interpretation on challenges that they're being asked to give these days.
How do you feel about the result, the performance tonight, and the prospect of a replay back?
Yeah, not great. I mean, it's the last thing either of us wanted in a way, but unfortunately it's two teams that put the effort in, defended well, were difficult to break down, and unfortunately sometimes when you get that situation where there's two teams who definitely wanted to win the game, there was no question of anything less than a determination and desire to do so, but the two teams' defences did well enough to reduce the number of clear-cut chances to a minimum, and the game, I suppose, was crying out for that wonder goal or that moment of magic, and neither we nor they could produce it.
Any update on Michael Elise's?
No, it's only a couple of days. The next time I have some sort of update on him probably will be before the replay.
Okay. Anyone else? John?
Roy, what did you make of Matheus France's first start for the club, and also the performance of Ahamada off the bench?
Well, it's very difficult for both of them. I think that, if you're the type of players they are, then playing Everton is probably the last thing you want, because of the physicality, because of the need to be strong, the need to be brave, the need to win your challenges and win your duels. That's not the type of players they are. They are players who are technical and gifted, and the sort of opportunities that came their way in the game to show what they are good at were few and far between. But I think it was a good experience for both of them. I think that they haven't got a lot of Premier League experience. Today they're playing against a very good Premier League team and one of the hardest teams to play against in terms of their organisation, their discipline, how difficult they are to break down. They got a taste of that tonight, and I think it would do them good going forward.
Are they going to have to rely on appearances off the bench to try and establish themselves more within your team for the rest of the season?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, it depends upon what players I've got to choose from. I mean, we'll have a squad of players, but they're very much in the squad of players, as we've shown tonight, and being in that squad of players, they're always in our thoughts as a possibility to use them.
Good to have Edouard back as well to challenge and
Yeah,
up front.
yeah. Again, he's a bit rusty after being out for quite a long period of time. He's not playing as he did when he got injured, but we've now got almost 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks before the replay, and I think in that time he will be getting better all the time, so it's very good to have him back, you're right.
Roy, I know both teams have put in a good shift there, but can I ask you about the scheduling of this game? Because Thursday night at 8 doesn't really scream FA Cup third round to most people. And obviously it's come straight off the back of what a sprawling Premier League schedule that finished a couple of days ago. Does it really do the competition justice to have been playing tonight?
Well, I think it's a reasonable point if that's the point you're going to make when you're writing about it. I certainly can't find a lot of reasons to dismiss your theory. I think all the more credit in a way to both teams that, it wasn't the ideal fixture, it wasn't the ideal time to play it, it wasn't the ideal physical conditions to play the game in. The rain was non-stop for so long and the pitch was a bit wet and heavy. And I think both teams, if you're a kind person, if you've got some sympathy with the players, you could say they made a pretty good go of it. But having said that, stalemates and 0-0 draws, even if this game had been played on prime TV on Saturday night, it wouldn't have gone down too well because of the way the two teams nullified each other to larger extents, and that moment of magic that certainly we were crying out for, and maybe Sean would say he was crying out for, that was not seen that often. It was more the physicality, the jaws, the organisation, the desire, the discipline, the focus. All those, you get ticks on all of those, but what makes a game exciting and good is goals, or really a lot of goal chances. And this was a game that didn't have it.